Hey guys, welcome to the pond and welcome back to the pond. I'm Jelena Profit with Duck Pond Detailing, and today we are talking about the best products of 2026. This isn't a detailing wrapped video because of course the year is not done with yet, but we are halfway through 2026 and there are a lot of new tools, there are a lot of new products that have come out, and there are some tools and products that have been around for a while that I have just discovered, and there are some that I've still been using since 2025 and really enjoy. So today, to do a recap of the year so far, we're going to detail this extremely dirty vehicle with my favorite products of the year so far, and I will also include a runner-up. That being, if you've already tried the product that I say is my number one and you want to try something different, I'm just going to give you another suggestion. Or if you want to pick a suggestion based on pricing, then there is a way to give you, here are two amazing products. Maybe one's cheaper than the other, and that's how you decide which one is better. So without further ado, let's get into the detail. As you can see, this car is filthy. It has not been cleaned in a month and has been on 2 road trips. So there's some bug guts, there's a lot of dust, a lot of traffic film. The wheels and tires are absolutely hammered. This Kia has really good braking system, which means it produces a lot of brake dust. The tires are starting to brown. There's water spotting on the wheels. We just need to get this car looking a lot better, a lot cleaner. And we're going to do that today with my favorite products. All right, you already saw that these wheels are totally hammered. Again, like I said, there is so much brake dust caked up on here. It's absolutely disgusting. If I do that, can you guys see that right there? Here, let me do it here again. You can see that is so gross. That is disgusting, just full of brake dust and road film. So of course, before we detail, we're gonna put on our PPE because again, I try to use brands that do not use forever chemicals, but again, you don't always know what's in a formulation. So always check your SDS sheets. And again, the brands that I'm showcasing in today's video have their SDS sheets readily available so you guys can check the safety of what's in the products you guys are using. Okay, so number one product for wheels and tires of 2026 is Carbon Detail Supply Wheel and Tire Cleaner. I reviewed this in my last video, so if you guys want a more in-depth review, go ahead and check that out. We're going to showcase this for you guys today and how awesome it is for wheel cleaning. But in case you are not able to get this or you've already tried it and you want to try something different, number 2 would be Quiver Brake. Again, very similar to Carbon Detail Supply Wheel and Tire Cleaner. It is a combination wheel and tire cleaner. It's high alkaline, it's also dilutable, and also really effective at cleaning brake dust and browning off the tires. This product is more expensive than this one. However, this one can be diluted a little more than Carbon. So Quiver is used straight at its highest dilution, and Carbon is used 2-to-1 at its highest dilution. So again, you guys can do the comparisons that you want. I will go ahead and put the price per ounce comparison on the screen. So if you're choosing a product based on price, you're going to want to choose Carbon Detail Supply Wheel and Tire Cleaner. So enough about products, let's actually show you how it works while cleaning this wheel. I'm also going to show you my favorite tools to use to clean a wheel. So we're first going to spray this down to get all the loose debris off. Okay, now that that is done, I have Carbon Wheel Cleaner diluted 4-to-1, which is the maintenance dilution here in this IK pump sprayer. Just got it, you guys, and I am obsessed. Even though you have to use a little bit of arm muscles, it is more affordable than the e-foamer. The e-foamer is like $100, and I don't really want to spend $100 when I can get a little workout in at the same time, you know what I mean? Look at that. Insane bubbles. So bubbly. I really like this product because of how well it foams, but also it is not caustic smelling. It does not kick back in your face. we have my favorite wheel cleaner, but we also have some of my favorite wheel cleaning tools, and that would be number one, the Sponge Guru wheel alloy cleaners. This preferably the 18-inch ones. These are phenomenal. Again, I did a dedicated review on my channel, so if you want to know more about these, go and check that out. But number two, I would say, is this Quiver S-turn brush. It's got a super nice soft microfiber barrel cover. You can bend it like literally any way that you want, you guys. So awesome. It has a different attachment too that's meant for, you know, a little bit more scrubbing power. But I just like this a lot better than the Detail Factory one, because guess what? This actually fits over the sleeve. So that's awesome too. Again, why I really like the Carbon Detail Supply Wheel and Tire Cleaner, and I think why it is my favorite, is because it has the same amount of lubrication as like a high quality car shampoo. So you really don't need any soap in your bucket while cleaning if you want. It is totally safe for gloss black wheels and for all wheel surfaces. You just want to be, you know, safe in the direct sun and also safe on aluminum, your, you know, polished aluminum wheels, because high alkalinity can sometimes cause problems. So always test in an inconspicuous area before you use any product. And as you can see, you can, you know, clean these out of the gross, you know, dirt that gets on them. That's why I really like them too. For intricate details, obviously the best brushes are the Detail Factory brushes. This is a boar's hair brush, and it just has extra scrubbing power for dirty surfaces. But again, it's still delicate enough that I feel safe to clean gloss black surfaces. And then I also really enjoy the Rag Company Cyclone Wheel Mitt. I really like this better than a wheel brush, because again, I feel like it's safer, but I feel like I have a lot more control in cleaning. As you can see, you can also reach behind spokes to clean those too. So it just works out a lot better than a brush, in my opinion. Also, a nice thing about these two is you can get your wheel wells really well. And of course, for tires, the best is the Detail Factory tire brush. It has just enough stiffness and just enough give. Like, they're not too hard, but they're not too soft. It's like very medium stiffness, and it allows for great foaming action, great cleaning, and also getting into the grooves of the tire. Okay, I'll pull you guys in to see how well it looks right now, but it's just going to get better as it dries and as we come back to put on our tire dressing. So you can see that all the water spotting is gone. And of course, if we look on the inside of the barrels, 100% super clean, got rid of all that nasty brake dust and browning in the tire. So we'll come and check back when this is dry at the end of the detail to apply our tire dressing. But so far, I hope you guys can see why those are my favorite wheel and tire cleaning products of 2026. Now it's time for arguably everybody's favorite part of the wash process, which is actually the car shampoo, the foam, the bucket. Like, all of that is just such an experience that a lot of people will enjoy, and really is probably my favorite part myself. And so with that, you need a really good car shampoo to do a fantastic job, but also to deliver on user experience. And that is why Clean by Pan, the organizers, Shampoo V2 wins so far the best car shampoo of 2026. And I dived more into this in a previous video. Again, that will be linked below, where I tested this against other influencer brands. And this one came out on top, and it was the only car shampoo to receive that S tier because of its insane concentration. You only need 1 ounce of this product in the foam cannon, and I filled my foam cannon up to 900 mils of water with only 1 ounce in it. And then also you only need 1 ounce in the bucket. So this is a car shampoo that puts itself in line with DIY detail and credible suds, except for this delivers a little bit more affordability and also a little bit better of a user experience in my opinion. This is the slickest car shampoo out there. It also foams insane and has a really freaking good scent. It is tropical, it is fruity, and it is what I am looking for in a wash process. Now, we will show you the foamability of it, the bucket feel, and all of that, but I do want to mention our runner-up, and that is Carbon Detail Supply shampoo. Now, both of these shampoos are pH neutral, and that's because that's what majority of people are going to be using during their wash process. And this one is also another banger. It is incredibly affordable, if not arguably the most affordable, high quality product out there. This 32 ounce costs the same amount as this 16 ounce. And you basically have pretty much the same cost per ounce. Again, just like the wheel cleaner, I'm going to put all the prices and comparisons on the screen. So if you want to make a choice based on budget, there you go, you can. This smells amazing too, has a little bit more of a masculine woodsy scent. It's very mild and it reminds me of my dad personally. It just smells really good, has decent lubrication, really good foaming capability, and delivers on its affordability. So that is why this is our runner-up. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out Clean by Pan V2. This shampoo delivers wicked suds, amazing dwell time, awesome wetting agents, and is 100% safe for direct sun use. Only 1 ounce in the foam cannon, a full foam cannon, 1 ounce, and this car is also ceramic coated. Don't tell me that's not amazing foam. This side of the vehicle is in direct sunlight, and so far, if we look at my phone, here, I need to raise the brightness a little bit so you can see my phone. If I focus the camera too. Hold on. Thanks for being patient. We have been dwelling for 3 minutes since the last clip. We're in the direct sunlight. It's pretty hot today in SoCal, but we're still doing super good on the dwell time, and the car's ceramic coated, so for this soap to stick on the panels, it's got to be a really good one. We're seeing some drying up here on the windshield, so it is pretty much, I mean, we could let this dwell for a total of, 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes if we wanted, but at this point it's had long enough to dwell, so we're going to go ahead and rinse, and this rinse off, super easy. Keep it simple, stupid. That's basically this soap in a phrase. It's really good. All right, so the car is refoamed to go in for the contact wash. We got our bucket ready, and now it's time to talk about wash media. So my #1 favorite wash media so far is the Yum Cars wash pad. It's tri-fiber. It's nothing like any other microfiber wash mitt or wash pad, and I really enjoy it. It's super, super thin, and it just holds on to soap really well, glides across the surface really nice, so it's my favorite. But runner-up, we have the Sponge Guru Ultimate Wash Sponge. It's got these nice fingers to fit into tighter cracks and crevices to deliver a really deep clean. And it doesn't really drag too much on the paint, especially when using a super awesome slick soap. Holds a lot of foam and suds. It's a little bit of a learning curve to get used to this one, but if you definitely test it out, I'm sure you'll love it. So without further ado, let's get into the contact wash and talk about the bucket feel. So obviously, like I said, this is one of the car shampoos with the most amount of slickness I've ever felt. I would say another one that has insane slickness would be the Yum Cars wash. The only reason why I wouldn't say it's my favorite is because it's not designed for foaming. So it is a product that you need to use only in the bucket. You can foam with it, but the purposes of foaming with it is really to only add more lubrication to the surface. It's not really designed for ultra cleaning and pulling dirt off. So that's why it's not on the list, even though it's a great one. It just doesn't really fit the category. it's something a little different, but pan shampoo is absolutely a favorite, and it is great for ceramic coatings. It's designed for ceramic coatings. So while it is pH neutral, it really delivers on cleaning, lubrication, user experience, all that jazz. And with the Yum wash pad, you might say, okay, it's white. Why would you want that? Well, you want it for exactly why you wouldn't want it, because it definitely shows where there's dirt. So it helps you continuously going back to the bucket and rinsing so that you can clearly see this is dirt. And if I use this on the paint again, it might scratch it. So it's a really good visual indicator for, you know, dipping back in your bucket, which I think is really helpful. So for our next category of detailing, we are going to talk about medium strength protection. Now, this is something that you can use as a drying aid. You can use it to top off a coating, which I'm doing today, and you can also use it as standalone protection. That is drying aids, spray sealants, spray on rinse off sealants, and our number one pick is going to be the Pan the Organizer Spray Sealant V2. It delivers better gloss, better hydrophobics, and better slickness than the first version, while keeping the same awesome price and great scent. User experience is there. I don't experience any streaking, and it is just phenomenal. But our runner-up is Yum Foam Plus. This is basically like applying a ceramic coating using a foam cannon. It has great slickness, great gloss, and great beads at the same time. So both products deliver. They are just different ways of application, but I'm gonna show you my favorite, which is Clean by Pan V2 Spray Sealant. So our surface needs to be wet. And we already have great hydrophobics because there's a ceramic coating, but we're just topping off the coating today, making sure we hit any weak spots it has. And while you couldn't think it's possible, the hydrophobics are definitely improved. And once we dry this thing, the gloss and the slickness is definitely up there too. Okay, now it is time to dry the car, and we're gonna need two things for that. Number one, we're gonna need a drying aid, and number two, we're gonna need a drying towel. Let's talk drying aids first. So my number one favorite drying aid is going to be Yum Detailer. It is incredibly slick, like seriously, super, super slick. And it also delivers a like just waxed look. It doesn't have super long-term protection, which is great if you're just topping off a ceramic coating, or you really don't want to put protection during the drying process before a ceramic coating. This is also really great too. And it doesn't streak. So that's really nice. But number two, our runner-up is going to be Amplify. Our love, our life of detailing, the probably best product to ever exist in the detailing world. It delivers awesome slickness, awesome gloss, and also pretty good durable protection for a detail spray. It's a ceramic detail spray, so it is not my number one because maybe you don't want to use it every single time, but again, both products safe on all exterior surfaces, glass, trim, paint, wheels, everything. These are great for both of those. These are great for everything. So go ahead and pick one up and you're not going to be disappointed. Now onto drying towels. My absolute favorite is the M22 drying towel. It comes in this awesome pink and it also comes in green. I really like this because it is a super thirsty towel, but look at the size. Super easy to dry a panel without it dragging on the floor, which can be a pain with bigger drying towels. But my second favorite drying towel is the Ethos Max drying towel. This thing is massive. It is super big, super heavy, super high GSM, and that's what's great about it because I can dry this entire vehicle, no problem. I can dry trucks, no problem. So it's really just about being a super thirsty towel, super, super soft and plush. So Ethos did a really good job with this. So my favorite is this because it's more compact, but this can dry probably 2 to 3 trucks for sure. Take our detail spray, some nice mists on the surface. Whew, yeah, you can feel that slickness. This, in combination with a really good spray sealant, feels like you just ceramic coated the car. Now, even though this car is ceramic coated, that slickness that you initially feel doesn't last. That is something that goes away probably, I would say, within a few months of the coating. But when you use Yum Detailer, it really revives that super buttery, slick feel. So if you're using this on a car that hasn't been ceramic coated, it will definitely up the, you know, like beautified level of the vehicle, but it also makes a really safe drying process because this drying towel could still scratch the paint even though it's super high quality, because anytime we touch the paint, we can scratch it. That's why it's called love marks, okay? Not called terrible towel marks, right? All right, guys, next category, and that is glass cleaners. And I have to say, glass cleaning is one of those things that some people do with a separate cleaner and some people just use water. Some people don't do anything and just dry the glass. But for me, I like using a glass cleaner because sometimes you can get some residue left over. Maybe you didn't rinse properly, or maybe it streaked a little bit in the sun when you used a drying aid, because, you know, that can happen with humidity and high temperature. It just happens, right? So I always like to deliver streak-free glass with a good glass cleaner. And the brand new Helios glass cleaner by Phoenix EOD does that. This glass cleaner doesn't have any alcohol in it, I believe, so its flash time is a lot different. It is super wetting to the glass, which is great if you're working in a very hot environment. I've had no streaking with this at all, and I've been using it for a long time. Also, what's great about it, it's dilutable, so save you a little bit of money. But a runner-up, that's not even a glass cleaner, it is Armor Detail Supply Adapt Waterless Wash. And you might be saying, Jelena, you're freaking crazy. It's a waterless wash. Like, that's used on your paint. That's used when the car's dusty, right? But no, this is a fire glass cleaner. And the only reason why I can't give it that #1 spot is because in super high temperature, since there is SiO2 in this, there's ceramic in this, it can streak mildly in high heat, high humidity. So just be aware of that. It's insane for interior glass because, you know, sometimes when you're doing the interior of the glass, your towel just grabs so much. This adds some slickness, which is really nice to the glass cleaning process. So it keeps your glass cleaner for longer and also makes it easier to clean next time. But again, it might streak a little bit on you, which is why Helios is #1, and we're using it today. All right, we got our glass here. Direct sun. Going to spray the surface, allow it to cook, allow it to eat, and get those. There's a little bit of water spots. I didn't dry the glass fast enough. And yeah, super clean. I'm going to buff for a perfectly streak-free finish. I'm going to pull you guys in so you believe me, because angles really do matter when it comes to streaking. I'm here to prove to you that there is no streaking whatsoever on the glass, and we are in direct sun. But if you look over here, you can see, you see that, like, there we go. That is streaky, that is uncleaned. That happens sometimes when you're detailing in the heat. It's 90 degrees, super hot. It happens when you're drying, but when you use a sick glass cleaner like Helios, oh my goodness, that streaking is gone. Moving on to the last and final product of today's video, we have just been focusing on the exterior because, heck, the exterior details of a vehicle are way more popular by YouTube standards, so that's all we're doing today. but we got to talk about tire dressing. And now there are tons of different types of tire dressings. You have silicone-based, you have water-based dressings, and you also have sealants for your tires, coatings for your tires, and quick detailers for your tires. And that is our #1 choice so far, the CleanTil Wheel and Tire Quick Detailer. And you might say, Jelena, that's not a tire dressing. Yeah, it is, and I will show you. But it does a little bit more than a tire dressing. It is a polymer-based formula that can also be used on wheels to apply nutty hydrophobics, like seriously, and crazy slickness. It's almost like ceramic coating your wheels and putting on a tire dressing at the same time. You really kill two birds with one stone with this product. So I like to leave the tire and wheel a little bit wet when I do this. I feel like it works better. So we're gonna apply an even application to the tire. So it looks like that, looks really wet. And then we're just gonna apply 2 sprays onto the wheel itself. I'm gonna grab a towel and just dry the wheel off, wipe that product in there. This does a really good job as a drying aid. You can use it while the wheel is wet. You can use it while the wheel is dry. You can use it after deep cleaning your wheels, or you can use it, like it says, as a quick detailer. A waterless wash almost. So in between washes, you can do this to add protection, and it has a little bit of cleaning power. All right. And whew, if I feel the wheel, that feels buttery. Like seriously, I haven't felt a wheel coating yet, but I'm sure that's what a wheel coating feels like, because that's what a ceramic coating feels like on the paint. So that is so incredibly sick. While the tire dries down a bit, let's talk about, now I didn't forget, let's talk about my runner-up, and that is Yumcar's Dress V2. So this gets our second place spot, or our runner-up spot, because it's fantastic. It is the best tire dressing out there, but the reason why this has a little bit more of a head than this product is because this is also a way to apply a sealant to the wheels as well, and this can be used in between washes. It's really quick, really fast. You can use it like I did, or you can literally spray into a towel and kind of just mop everything up. This, you can't really do that with. It's a traditional tire dressing. You got to prep the tire first in order for this to bond, and once you do that the first time, then you can apply in between washes and it builds on itself. You can also dilute this down to be a tire quick detailer, but you really can't use this on your wheels. It's not designed for that. But this is all in all fantastic. So while I was rambling on, this was able to dry into the surface. This is almost like a motor plast when it comes to like rubbers and plastics. So you can spray it on wet, it will self-level. However, just for time's sake, I will lightly go over it. I don't want to go over it too heavy because again, I do want it to stay on the tire as a dressing and not just as like a light cleaner. So I'm going to go on the inner lip to pick up excess water, but also to dress it. And that's all you need to do in order to dry the tire down, and that looks super gorgeous, if I might say so. I've had this on my vehicle for 3 weeks now, and it looks really insane. Like, it looks just as good as this looks on your car at the 3-week mark. All right, you guys, that completes the video, and that completes the detail using my favorite products of 2026 so far. And I don't think they're just my favorites. I actually think that they are the best performing products out there as well. They deliver a super efficient wash process, super, super safe, and it also delivers on its user experience as well. You can clearly see the vehicle has been totally transformed since we saw at the beginning. There is no more dust on the surface. There is no more pollen, no more bee poop. There was a couple of tree sap spots that were a little sticky, icky, gooey, and those are gone as well. Glass is cleaned, streak-free. Wheels and tires are looking super, super sexy without even using a traditional tire dressing or a sealant on the wheels as well. Everything just looks phenomenal and stunning, and this is what detailing is all about. It is delivering results on your vehicles or your customers' vehicles, making them stand out a little bit more than your average car wash. And all these products are gonna do that for you as well. So as always, all the tools and products that I use in today's video will be linked down below. If I have a code for you guys, it will be DPD10. You can save 10% off the House of Rags and 10% off Armor Detail Supply. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, please subscribe, you guys, and turn on notifications so you can be the first to be here when I upload on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see in future videos, and I thank y'all for being here. We will definitely see you in the next one.